So on YouTube, this is going to be the start of the second VOD. For everyone else still watching, we're still vibing, we're still going along with the flow. We're about to leave Industrial Complex. One way or another, we're leaving Industrial Complex, whether it's through the Great Mouth of Death or through another area. Well, maybe we'll just pretend that didn't happen. I think I lost my karma flower there, which is a little bit of a bummer, but it's actually not the end of the world at all. Garbage worms. You know what? I really don't want to mess with this guy again. So we can infer from the green water and the yellow pipes, sort of rusted pipes that were around, that things may not be so fantastic where we currently are. Welcome to the garbage wastes. Enter the garbage worms, which will steal our spears as we go through. I'm gonna be quiet now because this is one of my favorite songs in the game. Scavenger merchant. They tend to be friendly. We can actually give him a pearl to buy things from him. So in this case, he's actually given us the power of the explosive spear, and the explosive spear could be a blessing or a curse. Somehow I lost my explosive spear right afterwards. No, I guess not. I don't know. I was kind of tripping out for a second, I suppose. It looked like it disappeared. Going to abuse the power of the popcorn plant. Yeah, the explosive spear definitely can end up becoming a cost very quickly, depending on the situation, so I find it to be a little bit of an acquired taste. If you know me, you know that I'm gonna try and rock it anytime I see one. Is it actually optimal? I can't answer that. Leeches are gonna be an issue. Is that a pearl? No, just a random bug on the ground. Not stoked about the prospect of fighting leeches. Let's go for it. Not a good start. With just 2, we'll be fine, but... leeches will try to drag you under the water and drown you. It's a pretty brutal way to go, I'm not gonna lie. Especially when you've made a lot of progress. Another pearl. Oh, nice. I know I talked about these in the last stream, but these little glowing icons are actually unlocks as I'm getting bounced around by snails. Some unlocks are, like, deceptively hard to get, to, like, reach. With an item boost, I might be able to reach this one. But the snails are making it really annoying. Snail boost might also work. Probably is what you're supposed to do. That's pretty tricky, man. May not even be the right way. Oh well. We'll come back another time. This is why I'm not stressing about 100% on this run. There goes the explosive spear. Okay. This is about to be one hell of an interaction. Going back for it. I don't want to fight that guy without explosives. Either of them, to be honest. Jeez, yeah, that giant octopus motherfucker is not who you want to mess with, trust me. This is just not ideal for an explosive spear. We're gonna give this a try. Instantly, he was too swift, man. I think there's a song for this situation, but I'm gonna spare you guys the torture on that one. Oh, we're back in Industrial Complex. I guess we're right outside the gate, though, so. That's right, I came across the vulture. These fruits are edible, but only after submerged in water for a certain amount of time. Well, rip the explosive spear. Tons of leeches. just gonna go for it, I guess. Garbage worms are more of a nuisance than anything. But attack them and surely you'll see a different side of them. Side that I'm going to try to avoid seeing for this run-through. Yeah, losing the spear there is a given. The environments in this game are just so lively. For a place called the Garbage Wastes, like, look how much diversity is going on right now. Like, look how much life is, like, flourished despite all of the, not despite, but, like, you know, because of the way that this world is trashed. Or this section of the world, I guess. And then you got this guy, you know, and he could pretty much live anywhere, but he decides to ruin my day, no matter where I am. Alright, let's run it. Full send. Not bad. Still need more food, though. This one getting greedy becomes a bit of a problem. This is a great song. It does get a bit loud. I believe up is the way to the scavenger merchant. Maybe not. It's the way to a shelter. I'll take the shelter. Nice. That's a good spot to save. I love the color gradients in these shelters, like the underground. Dreams of family. Sorry to tell you, kid. We're a long way from that family. Where exactly we're going, I'm not so sure, but the path does seem pretty deliberate, doesn't it? Cool thing about the garbage waste for, you know, a junkyard dweller like myself, plenty of food around. Can eat pretty much anything around here, right? So kind of makes it a cool area that's a mix of a lot of hostiles, but a lot of avenues to survive, I suppose. Could go down. Going down is a little bit of Scary proposition. So I still have a pearl buried in my stomach, but the game has decided to give us a free one. This is supposed to be kind of your introduction to what we're about to see, which is Scavenger Toll. Thank you, game, for telling me these things. Telling the viewers these things so I don't have to. Yeah, and you can hear already there's quite some commotion going on. Scavenger Toll. Take an offering. How about that, friends? So that sort of arm wavy motion, I'm going to infer means, hey, come on through. I'm even going to give them a spear just out of the kindness of my heart. I'm not sure how to feel about these guys. You know what? There's another spear there. And I'm gonna take advantage of that. And there's a reason for that. That we'll see later. But, you know, giving gifts to your friends can't really backfire, at least not in this kind of a world. Any kind of friends we can get, I'm gonna take. Even if it just means one less thing trying to kill me. So far, they've been somewhat friendly. That one guy definitely wanted to throw his spear at me earlier on. Huge building here. Oh, I love the graffiti going on. Blue leeches. Actually very scary. Yeah. Oh, man, there's so many of them down there. Blue leeches are kind of just a stronger variant. You can see these guys are enormous. Yeah. Not usually too freaked out by worm type enemies, but those guys get me. What have we here? This yellow guy is really loving showing us this alien. But I'll take the flower. Thanks, dude. Alright, this is a good spot for a rest. Beautiful shelter. I love the moss growing around the bricks and the pipes. What are we gonna see next? Just more water, more contaminated water. Hello there. Let's give him a hand, right? Looks to be pretty friendly. I mean, I don't know if I'd trust him if I saw him, you know. I'd probably cross on the other side of the street if I saw him just kind of walking out in the city, but... he's a little bit finicky as well. Let's go, man. Salvation awaits. Come through this stupid pipe. Welcome to the Shoreline. And this guy, now he really shines. You're gonna see the true strength of the jetfish. Shoreline has deep, deep water sections. Of course, it's still populated by the same enemies you know and love. A lot of them, at least. Lots of jetfish. Also, lots of other predators that I'm hoping that we're not gonna have too many unfortunate encounters with. Alright, now drowning is a possibility. It's easier than you think to drown in this game because Survivor does get tired a little bit. As his air meter goes down, so his swimming capabilities actually, as he's getting, you know, less and less air, he can't swim as efficiently. So it's easy to get caught in a position where you have a little bit left to go, but he just can't quite make it. It's a heartbreaker every time, man. See, can't quite go up there. Probably need a downward spear throw for that. Just gonna try and grab onto him. So you do have a reputation with these guys. If you kind of mess around with them and kill them, they are gonna start, like, being aggressive towards you. Now, I don't think they can kill me, but they definitely can, you know, knock me off edges and stuff like that, and lead to my death. Or lead to me drowning or something, which is always an experience. Gonna make my way back up to the surface. Yeah, Shoreline is littered with huge open water areas and underground pipe sections. Mostly all water, as is implied. It's also very bright. This is probably the most you're gonna see of me for this entire playthrough. Nice. He's too heavy to take with, so I have to drop him once I get onto the pole. Careful. Supposedly there's an alien this way, according to the yellow guy. I'll believe it when I see it. Ooh. You guys look hungry. It's like feeding fish in real life. You get to watch the little pellet go down and they just swim up to the top and grab them. It's kind of wholesome. This sucks. Snails are perhaps the most annoying creature in all of Rain Worlds. Right, the archway. From here we can get to a lot of different areas. For now, I'm just going to take the chance to rest. Another dream. Dreams of aliens. Starting to think there's something to this alien vision, though. All right. So that's our first passage. That is the survivor passage, which you get for being at a max symbol and then sleeping for 5 days. Doesn't have to be 5 consecutive days, just 5 days overall through your playthrough. And what's significant about that passage, or that achievement, which is what it actually is that it allows you, it pretty much is the gate that unlocks the ability to gain all the other achievements, if that makes sense. So now that we have the survivor, we now can start making progress towards all of the other ones. There's a few others that are unlocked from the start. Namely the Nomad, which we're not going to get to achieve yet. But I'm going to keep spoilers kind of out of it. Okay, there was a salamander there. New lizard type. Yeah, I actually just don't want to go that way. This is scary. Still need food also. I'm gonna catch some of these guys if possible. It's like trying to catch a bird in real life. It's not the most fruitful venture. I had a spear, right? That's kind of a bit of a waste of a spear. Waste of time. Nice. It's getting insanely dark as we go. I actually don't know if I can make this jump. With an item toss, maybe? Nice. Yeah, item tosses actually make you jump farther. It carries you with more momentum forward. So a jump that you can't normally make, try tossing an item in the middle of your throw, or in the middle of your jump, and there's a good chance you're actually going to make it. can also throw items backwards and do all kinds of different... The amount of movement technology that there is in this game is, like... It's actually pretty intimidating how much there is. There's like a 100-page long document of movement tech, and you really don't need any of it to finish the game, but... The fact that it's there is something that I'm always going to appreciate. I'm a big, like, nerd for that stuff. How far can we take this guy? Just full send, I guess, right? This technology in the background is just really freaky. I don't know if I like what I'm seeing down there. I do want to take a second and just check out this background stuff. This is very spooky, very ominous. Like, just all these towers hanging out of the ground and wires. It just makes you wonder what was here. What the hell were they building? It's easy to tell that this place, like, was a huge structure, but it's completely destroyed now. We have something here. Some kind of structure. Looks to the moon. This is when the game starts going off the rails a little bit. And I'm just gonna leave it at that for now. And just let the gameplay speak for itself for a little bit. The structure is massive. Nice. So we're going to be able to get an unlock. And that is a safari region. Think of the safari as sort of like a... It's almost like a spectator mode. What happens in this world when Survivor's not in it? And you get to interact with different creatures and stuff like that. I might show it off at some point. It's pretty cool. It's definitely bonus content. It's nothing, you know, it's not really selling copies of the game, but if you're into that stuff, then it's something that you're really happy to see in video games, so. I'm definitely into it. My interest in that kind of thing has waned a little bit over the years. I think that's just part of, like, getting old, is you don't have as much time to mess around with, you know, let me play as a batfly, let me play as a, you know, but it's cool to have that stuff. It just shows how much love they put into the, and I really didn't want to fall right there, but that's okay. Shows how much love they really put into each little corner of this game. Falling from this point is not lethal, but very annoying. Gotta do some crispy jumps here to navigate this area. I can't recall if I still have a pearl in my stomach or not. Yeah, so when you see him kind of convulsing, like he's about to spit something out, that means he has something in his stomach, so. Hello, yellow pearl. Now for even just touching this pearl, we can gain an achievement. Something to keep in mind. Damn. Really did not want to fall there again. Like I said, some crispy jumps. A little bit of trial and error if you haven't seen this area before. I have, so there's not really an excuse for this bad play. But this is one of those areas where definitely the transition between screens can be a little bit disorienting. This part right here is like kind of the prime example. I hate this series of jumps every time. It's so disorienting to try and like orient this fool between two different screens. We make it happen. It's not the worst thing ever. Alright, the rain is coming soon. Just gonna fall, hold up to grab the pole. That's how you're supposed to do it. Alright, let's take shelter. This area is so uncanny compared to the rest of the shoreline and the rest of what we've seen so far. It's just all machinery. Most of what we've seen is like, you know, brickwork or even like girders and stuff, things of that nature, but alright. More achievements kind of on the horizon. And thus was our meeting with the alien. So, what is she really? She's not an alien. She was speaking to us, but for whatever reason we couldn't understand. I guess that's what happens when you try to talk to a slug cat. Turns out he doesn't understand English that well. Yeah, it's a little bit of a somber meeting. It's just kind of her sitting there on a rock floating in the middle of the water. But she was kind, and, you know, any creatures that want to show me any kindness at this point are well accepted. And so, I will call her a new friend. Back to the shoreline. Looks of the moon is a neat little excursion. There's not really that many threats. But, you know, back to the gulag. Here we are. And there's one particular threat that I'm a little bit wary of. And I know we'll see him. We saw a little glimpse of him earlier. And trust me, the game will let you know when he's around. And that's not him, but that's another threat. It is a little bit cumbersome. Fighting that guy in the water is usually a death sentence. Ooh, that's not a good sound. Yes, go for the jetfish. You don't want to eat me. I'm mostly tail, you know, it's just not a good time. Don't think he cares, though. Okay, this puts us back here. We want to end up back here. So how do we get there? Honestly, not this way, but that's a start. In case we run into any trouble on the way back, which looks likely. So I'll take the chance to save and we'll see what comes up next. Don't know how long I'm gonna stream for tonight. I really don't know how much is appropriate for this game. Yeah, and I love the art style. You could see something is attached to her back as well. We saw that when we met her. There's just like a huge crane attached to her. Little slug cat having dreams about his friend that he just met. That's the only family we got these days. Gotta take a chance. Whenever they're gonna hand out berries for free. Who am I to turn down such a luxurious meal of 3 berries? Which, is honestly more than some of us people be eating per day sometimes. Habits to watch out for in 2024. Gonna take it to the left and then down. Full send left. Not full send, half send left. The map is super annoying for the most part. And I think it's done that way on purpose. It's functional, don't get me wrong. It does work. I got confused there. Survivor blended in with the background. It's kind of funny. And I lost my train of thought, so we're just gonna abandon that. Hello? Okay, sorry. Since Survivor definitely, yeah, blends in with the background a lot. Hello, friend. He is very excited. He is perhaps a bit overly excited. Let's get him a snack. Okay, he decided against the snack completely. He just wanted to jump up here. Dude, I know you're excited, man, but I'm trying to do a kind thing for you. Just kind of ignoring it. All right, we'll let him have his dance. Don't think I'll end up needing him. There's a chance. Probably in my best interest to take you with, man. He really guns it, though. I mean... Okay, he's being a little bit strange right now. Don't mind him, he just does that. Pray for my boy, he just does that. Kind of knocks me around a little bit too. I'll let him dance down here. Okay, I'm gonna make a sharp right. Full send right. And already we're seeing the skies kind of fade out. How much do I want to go down there? How badly do I want to interact with these guys? And honestly, I think I'm good for this time. I'll give him some food though. You can have some, oh, he is interacting with it. Yeah, those guys are monster kelp. They're essentially the pole plants of the sea. And I do not like them. They're not too hard to kill, but the problem is water combat is not what I'm built for here as Slugcat. Might be a decent swimmer, not great at throwing spears in the water, right? Now, this could be a little bit scary. I like the circular lights. I actually wonder what they are. Some kind of spotlight or something. Reflection, maybe. I think this is a good time to save. Awesome. And with that, I'm actually going to call it quits right here. I'm going to take a little mini break. And this will be the end of the second.